guys, it's Erik and Tianna, and welcome to a very special tape list.
So, well, they all seem to be pretty special, but this one's extra special. You see, Tianna and I do have real-world jobs. We're in broadcasting, if you can't tell, and our boss is retiring, and he's been in the business for 50 years.
And it's really special for both of us because he gave us both our start.
Absolutely. So we thought we'd pay an homage, if you will, to him. He is a huge fan of chicken wings. So we're going to recreate it in a different way. Because he's retiring, we should preface this, he doesn't eat dessert.
At all.
But he loves chicken wings. So we thought we'd combine that to give him a special farewell cupcake, chicken wing style.
It's better than it sounds. We're not baking like chicken wings.
Stick around, you gotta check this out. So we have most of the ingredients here. This is actually going to be a two-part thing because the party's actually tomorrow for him. So we didn't want to do the mashed potato topping until tomorrow. We'll cut away to that and explain it tomorrow morning. But we're going to make the actual little chicken loaves right now. So we're going to use these tiny muffin tins that are metal coated on the inside. And we're going to use some ground chicken. We'll have some breadcrumbs to mix into that, some garlic powder for flavoring. We're going to use some eggs to bind. We have a great recipe right here for a buffalo wing sauce. So we'll leave the annotation up here or up here, whichever one appears.
This way.
That's the one. Okay, and then of course some salt and pepper. Now the blue cheese, classic flavor for buffalo wings, is going to actually go into the potatoes that we're going to whip up tomorrow to be the piping on top of the mini muffins. So let's get mixing together and we'll make some meatloaf muffins.
Okay, so we don't really have a recipe for this, but essentially it's just meatloaf and we're breaking it up a little bit. So we're going to start with our ground chicken, and if you ever made meatloaf or meatballs before, then it's pretty much a similar process. So we've got some ground meat, and we're going to add in some breadcrumbs. And again, if you are gluten-free, you could totally make these with gluten-free breadcrumbs, which Erik likes to argue with me that they're not actually breadcrumbs, but we're gonna add, what do you think, Erik? 1 egg or 2?
Let's start with 1.
Start with 1 and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Preferably no shell. Hey, I got the shell out. Look at that.
Sweet.
It's a good start, eh? Okay, and of course, a little bit of salt and pepper. Remember, when you're measuring out spices, never pour directly into the container, because if you pour out too much, you're kind of in trouble at that point. So always pour into your hand. Salt, pepper, and of course, every good meatloaf has a lot of garlic. All right, so we started with 2 pounds of ground meat. Our oven is preheating to 375 right now. We've got our cupcake trays lined with the foil cupcake liners, which we just found at a regular grocery store. And we will leave weights and measurements for everything down below when we kind of figure out how much we need. Like I said, this is not something we make every week. We're doing something very special for a very special guy.
Now, it's important to mention, though, the foil cupcake liners, very important, because you're not making a cake, you're making something that has oil and grease in it. So if you use the paper ones, it's going to become soggy and go right through.
This is live. I just put a little bit of breadcrumbs on the counter.
Well.
So I'm going to add a little bit more because it feels a little too meaty. Again, the breadcrumbs are what's going to make it tender so that it's not just a hunk of chicken, okay? And if this is something you wanted to add, maybe some grated onion or celery or carrots or something, which might have been the plan originally, but we forgot to pick some up.
Damn grocery store list.
Erik and I are terrible for actually writing down what we need. We kind of just run to the grocery store and hope we remember. So
that seems to work out for us so far.
So far, so good. So we've got a cohesive mixture here of breadcrumb, egg, and some seasoning. We're going to get the cupcake liners and then start putting them in there.
Well, since Tianna did such a good job at packing these muffin trays, we're going to slide these little chicks into the oven at 375.
Do you really have to call them chicks?
Why? What's wrong?
Because it's chicken. It just...
I'm sorry. Did you have like a morality moment?
I kind of did.
Slide this miscellaneous meat into the oven at 375 for about 25 minutes or so, and you know, you're going to want to check them. If you're cooking at home, just make sure it is chicken, so make sure it's cooked all the way through. And then we got a fancy step coming up as soon as these ones are done. As soon as these birds are plucked. So they look delicious. They've just come out of the oven. And now you're saying, Eric, they've kind of come away from the sides a little bit. And that's all right, because we're going to pipe some mashed potatoes around there. It's kind of what meat does, right? It doesn't expand like a cake, it contracts. So what we're going to do, and here's a little secret, we use some pokers, and we're just going to poke some holes.
I think the technical term of those are kebab skewers, not pokers.
They're meat pokers now. So we're going to poke some holes in the top of all of the new mini muffins that we've made, and I'll just do 2 for now. And then we're going to take some of the secret buffalo sauce, which is so secret that we've given you the recipe.
It's right up here.
Somewhere over there. And we're just going to spoon a little bit over top of each one. This is what makes them the buffalo style chicken wing, what do we call these? Cupcakes?
Buffalo chicken wing style meat cake.
Yeah, so
things. You'll know because you'll see the video,
so
the title.
The holes that we poked in there now, this is going to drain all through them, and then we're going to put them into the refrigerator overnight, because the party isn't until tomorrow. And then tomorrow we'll be back, and we're going to finish them off with some delicious blue cheese mashed potatoes piped over top. It's going to look like a cupcake. He's not going to know the difference. He's 68 anyway.
So it's the next day. We've changed our outfits. We've got our
changed locations too.
This is actually our real workplace. But
Yep.
don't tell them we're filming. So we've got mashed potatoes here. I'm not going to tell you how to make mashed potatoes. I'm pretty sure you can figure it out. We've got our what are we calling these? Cupcakes?
They're buffalo chicken cupcakes.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Our thing there, and we've got some blue cheese, which I didn't think to open while we had sharp objects downstairs. Riveting content.
Oh, this is putting you on the spot.
I know, right? So we're just going to add a little bit of blue cheese. Again, remember, blue cheese is kind of a classic flavor with buffalo wings, so you don't want to add too much. We're going to crumble it in. Maybe a little more than that, I think, probably.
It's an exact science.
It is. Well, we're also not in a kitchen. We're in a studio.
That's right, we're in a studio.
We're in a studio on work time, but don't tell our bosses. So what do you think, Anderson? More?
No, let's start with that.
Okay, so
Just a hint of blue cheese.
again, blue cheese is pretty strong. You don't want to go overboard. And the potatoes are still hot, so they're going to kind of melt in there. So we're going to mix these really well, and then we're going to put it into our faithful piping bag. So the blue cheese is incorporated into our very warm mashed potatoes, and we've just put it in a piping bag, just like if we were making cupcakes.
What?
So, just give it a little squeeze and a swirl.
Beautiful.
What do you think?
Fantastic. This is like eating a chicken wing sandwich. This is incredible.
It's supposed to be like a chicken wing cupcake.
It is a chicken wing. I didn't think you guys. You are so good in the kitchens of Brown/Anderson. It's amazing. But no, this is great.
Good.
Hot sauce. We had everything here. It's incredible.
Now, would you say that's better than a chocolate cupcake?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
I thought it was a chocolate until I looked at it. This is great. Fantastic.
Well, I'm glad you like it. Best wishes in your retirement, and thanks for everything.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Been great working with you.